Well, a lot of Florida State fans are happy for a W. Also a quick ball game. It's starting to get chilly there at the end, and I liked a lot of things that we did. The at-bats were more competitive than last year. We ran against a good arm and a good ball club. These guys can flat out play. And, Parker wasn't super sharp, but he gutted it out. I got, the Bowmeister got his feet wet, threw him into the fire, and, he responded, and, I was just pleased all the way around. Hit a lot of atom balls, too. Really, we only have 7 hits. Could have been more than that.
We just got to take a word for it on the improved defense. Y'all keep striking out 18 guys. It's hard to see it.
Well, that's what I tell Coach Bellinger all the time. I said, shut them out. I promise we won't lose. So that's, we've got guys. We're going to strike a lot of folks out, and so it's a blessing to have what we have. But we've just got to, again, I'm going to say it over and over. Got to keep them sharp, keep them fresh.
What's it say about Parker? You say he wasn't really sharp tonight, but then you look at the box score and kind of see the outing he had.
He just, when I say super sharp, there's a lot of off-speed pitches that he missed down with. Obviously, that is where you want to miss with them, but he was frustrated, coming in the dugout a couple of times because he put a few too many pitches in his arm when he could have gotten out of, stuff quicker. And but again, those hats off to their offense. They're dang good. So it's a good battle.
How pleased were you with how guys handled it, especially new guys handled the environment, first time out, everything that comes with opening day?
Yeah, I was pleased. There was a little bit, like Jackson when he got out of that, and let's go of a lot of emotion. He was 95, 97 that inning from the stretch. And then the next time he came out, he was 92, 93. You're exerting a heck of a lot more energy than you realize. I love positive emotion, but you gotta, keep it, you gotta hold on to it. So Tibbs was a little bit loud coming around third. We got that taken care of as well.
Along the same line, though, to go down at the top of the second and then have 2 back-to-back home runs at the bottom of that inning, just talk a little bit about the response of your team, especially some of the guys that are newer here, to get that kind of response out of them and retake the lead.
Yeah, in both opposite field. That's what you think about our good swings and the fact that we only punched 3 times against really good arms. Then that just shows you that they're buying in. We got to stay on them, because that almighty home run is you're always going to battle that. And almighty home run is to the pull side. And when guys do it, it's awesome that they do it because they think, hey, man, whoa, that wasn't too hard to do. And then you're going to be on all speed pitches, make better decisions, pitch selection, and the strikeout numbers go down, and you're a heck of a lot better, more competitive at bats.
How happy were you? You had a 2-1 lead, and you get second, third, nobody out, and Toro gets down 0-2, and comes through, gets a sac fly, but that's a big run, and that's maybe a moment. Maybe last year in particular, that maybe you guys struggled to get that runner home and then get the other runner home.
Yeah, it definitely matters. Alex was the guy that was, I don't want to get into all that, but he's one that's really, bought into it. And he's a much improved guy, defensively, offensively. He's going to be a force to, people to deal with.
Are those the at-bats, though, you point to? Like, guys,
Yeah.
This is a productive at-bat even when he got down 0-2.
Yeah, and we had a couple of them. Greeny got a base hit. I think he was down 0-2. And again, that's going backside and doing what you're supposed to do. And we just got to have. I'm interested to see those guys. When we swap some guys out tomorrow, some platoon situations. I want to see that. Make sure their approach is what it needs to be.
Coach, what have you seen from Parker since he's been here at the program in terms of development? And then you guys also had a lot of success against the Louder today. Obviously, he's one of the better hitters in the country. What was kind of your game plan as a team for him?
Well, just make him uncomfortable. Throw the kitchen sink at him. I think a lot of guys, stay, and that's what separates Parker. There's 4 pitches for strikes at any time, and it puts guys, even great hitters, it's hard. When you got to consider 4 different pitches, and Jimmy does a good job. Like we went change up with Crowell, to strike the guy on 3-2. You know, they've got to learn to do it, and Parker's done it over and over and over again. And so you combine that with his competitiveness, you know, passion for what he's doing. He's special.
I'm sure you don't want to overreact too much to one game, but after last year's struggles, how nice is it seeing that 3 and a strikeout column for y'all tonight at the plate?
Absolutely. You know, that's better than 14 or 15, whatever golly, I don't even want to think about those days. That was rough, to say the least. And you know, it's good to have a group, you know, that's really the way they are. They're feeding off each other. They're into it. They genuinely care about each other, and you know, the approach is everything. The swing and everything. It doesn't matter if the approach isn't there. So, very pleased.
What went into Reese leading off? Just seemed kind of unexpected, I guess.
You know, I kept watching Delauder and their right-hander. It's a good arm, by the way, Showalter. I just kept watching him, and I said, you know, that's a good matchup. And I wanted to, you know, when we get JC and T-Mart back, and I want guys to be, you know, I've always been that way. I never liked getting bounced around the lineup. I think I bounce around as a stump, but, you know, just knowing where you're going to be based upon who's pitching and, you know, coming to the yard every day, I think there's something to that. And so, you know, Reese can handle it. I just said, you're not going to go up there and all of a sudden start taking pitches. Just go hit. And, you know, he had some good swings and lined out to third. And the ball hit to second. The kid made a great play on him. And, of course, the drag bunt. So, I don't know, had an epiphany. I can't spell that word, but I'm pretty sure that's what it means, right? I just said, you know what, let's do this.
What is it about Jackson that gives you the confidence to put him in right there in his first outing?
He's cut from that cloth of, you know, you can just see it, the way they go about their business, the way they work, the way they treat people, the way, you know, he's a Parker Messick type. It doesn't take long to be around him to say, he's a little different. Nothing's going to scare him. And, you know, we wanted to get him out there. We felt it was our best matchup. And, you know, that was huge to get us out of that inning.
I would imagine when you brought in a guy like Brett, you didn't imagine him hitting cleanup on opening day. Has his pop, since he got here, surprised you?
No, he's got some thump in there, you know. He's but to do it to right center, that was, you know, huge. And because again, most of his juice that he's shown is he's got it. He doesn't BP, but for, you know, sometimes in the game he'll start to get a little pull happy, and that's the kind of stuff that it'll really help him, you know, down the line. But that's what we're trying to get around here. It's a, you know, power and speed combination, and, you know, guys that can utilize the whole field.
Just how special do you think Tibbs can be with his power and what he provides there?
Yeah, he's got a chance to be, you know, great. Jaime Ferrer's got a chance to be great. AJ Shaver's got a chance to be great. You know, all those guys, this is what everybody's chasing. You know, the power and speed. When they hit it, there's damage. They get on the base pass, you don't have to worry about scoring from second on a base hit. You don't have to, you know, worry about scoring from first on doubles. Those are the kind, you can't miss opportunities. And that's what we're trying to build here.
It's kind of funny they mentioned that Jackson has some similar qualities to that different mentality like Parker does. Parker was one of the first people to come out of the dugout and meet him when he got out of that tough jam. Do you think there's a real big bond there between those two, and do you think that stretches more across the entire pitching staff as well?
Yeah, Parker's a great leader. You know, he's kind of the upbeat. You know, he's always positive, and this day and age that goes a long way. You know, yeah, he'll get mad at himself when things aren't going that way, but he's right back to where he needs to be. You know, he's always hooked in. He's never, you know, pouting or none of that. There's never that type of guy that seems selfish. There's not a selfish bone in his body, and that helps. It helps with an awful lot of things.
All good.